Okay. So yeah, I hope you guys can see the screen. So today we're going to be learning about English and some simple reading, vocabulary, and grammar. And today's story is going to be about Cinderella. So have any of you heard about the story Cinderella? So yeah, I heard that some of you guys are familiar with Cinderella, but today we're going to be learning about the vocabulary and the grammar used in the story. So the basic table of contents for today. First, we're gonna watch the story on YouTube. And second, I'm going to kind of ask some listening comprehension questions, just in case you guys didn't get all of the story. And third, we're going to be seeing the vocabulary, talking about the vocabulary that was used in the story. And finally, we're going to be talking about grammar at the end of the slide deck. So you can be excited for that. Okay, so first, here's the story. So it is around 11 minutes long, and um, I hope you guys can hear it okay. I'm just going to play it. So
And save with Liberty Mutual. That's it. This is a fizzy tablet and some water. If I put it inside, it starts fizzing. And if I put it...
Okay, so it is exactly 11 minutes and 11 seconds long. And um, feel free to say anything if you have any questions. But for now, I'm going to play through the whole thing. And there are also subtitles at the bottom, so you guys can watch the story with the subtitle. I hope you guys can hear it and understand it okay.
Cinderella. Ever after.
Yeah, well, that was the end of the story, and I hope you guys were able to hear everything okay, since it was pretty long and it had quite a lot of content to handle. But secondly, about the story, we're going to be answering some listening comprehension questions. So these are just simple questions that ask you if you understood the story well enough. So here are a couple of questions. So you guys don't really have to answer them, but if you know the answer, feel free to just shout it out. So the first question is, um, how did Cinderella's stepmother and stepsister treat her? So does anyone want to answer that? This first question. Does anyone know how Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters treated her?
There's written that
Yes, I think I heard it right. So they treated Cinderella very badly. Yeah, Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters treat her very badly. So, she kind of made Cinderella do all the house chores and do all the things, and she kind of didn't make Cinderella go to the ball by herself. So the second question, what did the king announce? So what did the king say was going to be held at the palace? Does anyone know or remember? Well, the king announced that at his palace there is going to be a ball, and a ball is basically like a party. So the king said there will be a party at his palace. So that's what the king announced. And for the third question, does anyone know how Cinderella went to the ball?
Yes.
Then yeah, then how did she go? Who helped her? Yes.
And fairy godmother helped.
Yes, that's right. I think I got that right. So the fairy godmother helped her go to the ball. So yes, that's correct. And the fourth one, what did the fairy godmother tell Cinderella? So as a final advice, what did fairy godmother tell Cinderella? What did she? This is like a hint I drew at the bottom. Um, so, so the fairy godmother told Cinderella to come back home by 12 o'clock. So by 12, she was told to come back home because the spell that fairy godmother casted on Cinderella only lasts until 12 a.m. So she told Cinderella to come back home by 12. And finally, the fifth question, how did the prince find Cinderella? What did the prince do in order to find Cinderella?
Because of the sheep.
Oh, yes, I think I got that. Yeah. Um, the prince made all the young girls who attended the ball to try on the glass shoe because Cinderella accidentally dropped the shoe while she was running back home. And the prince found out about the shoe and made every girl that attended the ball to try on the glass shoe. That's how the prince found Cinderella. So yeah, that was pretty good. Um, that was about it for the reading comprehension. And now we're going to be looking more at the vocabulary that was used in the story. So please tell me if this vocabulary is too easy or not. So I'm trying to kind of still get used to what vocabulary you know and you don't know. So the first vocabulary that was used in the story was pious. So this is the word at the top, pious. And pious is an adjective. So adjective, it means that it is describing a certain noun. So pious is used to describe a person who shows a strong devotion and dedication. So a pious person is always someone who is dedicated. It means that someone tries their hardest to get something. So that person is pious. For example, she is pious and always helps others because of her strong beliefs. So this is talking about how pious she is in order to always help others. So the picture on the left is a pious person, and here is how it is used in the story. So when Cinderella's mother died, she asked Cinderella to be, when I'm gone, be good and pious. That is what she's told Cinderella to be. So that was the word pious. The next word, couple of words that I feel like you guys may not be too familiar with is stepmother and stepsister. So they are both nouns. So stepmother is another mother after the parents are divorced, and stepsisters are daughters to the stepmother. So stepsisters aren't your actual sisters, but who you are living with. So on the left, is just a picture of parents getting divorced. So when the parents maybe get in an argument, they might decide to live separately. So that is being divorced on the left. But on the right, when the daughter's father gets married to another person, then that would be your stepmother, someone who is not your actual mom, but um, another mother who your father married. So she would be your stepmother. Yeah, that was about stepmother and stepsisters. And wicked, I think some of you guys may already know, but it's an adjective. So wicked means very evil and often intending to harm someone. So the wicked villain plotted to take over the kingdom. That is an example. So wicked means very evil and want to harm someone else. So in the story, if you see on the right, it is used as Cinderella lived with her wicked stepmother and two unkind stepsisters. So it is used to describe her stepmother, who was wicked, means very evil. Um, Chores, I think some of you guys may also know, but I'm just trying to get over it. So noun, a chore is a very simple task or duty that needs to be done regularly and often at home. So you would often hear the term house chore. It means a simple task that you have to do at your house. So for example, my mom tells me to do chores before I can go play. So on the picture left, here are people doing the chores. So the mother is doing vacuuming and the children are cleaning up the floor. So those are all simple tasks and chores that you have to do. And on the right in the story, it is used as Cinderella grew up being their servant, doing all the house chores. So Cinderella did all the house chores by herself and all the difficult and simple tasks that she had to do in the house. So that is what a chore is. It's a noun and a simple task or duty. Okay, now let's look at the word drama. So drama is also a noun. So drama is when people have strong emotions or problems with each other in real life. And drama can also be a type of story performed as a play or movie. But in the story of Cinderella, it is drama is used as a word describing people having conflicts and people having problems. And that often involves very strong emotions. So, for example, it is not a big deal. Do not start the drama again. It means that okay, it's not a big deal, and we don't need to start this emotional argument again. So maybe a person doesn't want to start the emotional argument. So that is a drama. On the left, here is kind of like a drama that is happening. So a person who is afraid, someone who is angry, someone who is confused. You can see all these strong emotions between people, and that argument is a drama. And on the right, it is used in the story. Don't start this drama again and go and clean the dishes first. So the stepmother is telling Cinderella to not start the drama, means like not to start this emotional argument and just go do her work. That is what their stepmother is telling her to do. So that is the word drama. And just in case you guys were not familiar with the word attic, So it is a noun. An attic is a space or room at the top of the house. So it is at the very top. And just under the roof, it's often used for storage. So I can actually draw a picture here. So maybe this is your house, but there is probably another room at top, and this space right here is called the attic. So I hope I was being clear enough there. This whole spot at the top is called the attic. And again, it's mostly used for storage and for other stuff. So, for example, we found old toys and holiday decorations in the attic while cleaning the house. So, on the left is a picture of an attic that is inside the attic. And on the right is where the story is used here. Um, Cinderella was made to sleep in the attic. So her stepmother was very mean and she forced Cinderella to sleep at this tiny space at the top of the house. And you can see um, it is often very old and not too good in shape. So that is the attic at the top of the house. Now moving on to the word maiden. You guys also might have heard of this. So is noun, a maiden is a young girl or woman, often referring to someone who is not married. So on the left, I put a picture of maiden, and on the right is where the word maiden is used in the story. So the king sent an invite to all the young maidens for a grand ball at his palace. So the king is inviting every unmarried young girl or woman to his palace. So that is what he did. He invited the young unmarried girls to his palace. That is how it is used in the story. And now moving on to ball. So the ball, it's not only the physical ball, there is another meaning. So it is also a noun. A ball is a formal dance or gathering where people dress up and dance together. So a ball has, a second meaning of that. But of course, the ball, as you guys know, it can also mean a physical ball that we can hold. That is the other meaning. So, for example, they went to a ball and danced in the big ballroom. So the picture left here is an example of a ball. So there are people dancing and dressed up nicely to come to the ball. And on the right is where the word is used in the story. So you can see at the bottom here on the subtitles, everyone is invited to the grand ball on Saturday of the coming week. So everyone was invited to this dance park. And I want to talk about the phrase on occasion. So this kind of whole phrase on occasion means sometimes or now and then, but not often. So it means like from time to time. So sometimes it'll happen. So for example, as an example sentence is we go out to eat on occasion when we want a break from cooking. So we go out to eat from time to time, not always, but sometimes when we want to break away from cooking for ourselves. So maybe we want to try something new, and on occasion, we will go out to eat. So on the left is just sometimes the word, and on the right, it is used in the story as he will choose a princess for the prince on the occasion. So on this occasion, actually, it's this time that the prince will choose. So on the occasion, the prince will choose the princess which he will marry. So sometimes, but not often. That is on occasion. Um, the word hustle. So it is a verb. Hustle means to work hard and quickly to achieve something. So hustle means to work very hard and very quickly. That is the important word. Very quickly to achieve something. So for example, he hustled his way to class in order to not be late. So on the left, here's a picture of a boy hustling. So hustling to maybe a class or um, getting away from someone. So hustle means to work very hard and quickly. And on the right, here is how it is used in the story with great hustle and bustle. So the story is probably describing the way Cinderella helped her stepsisters with hustle. Means that Cinderella helped her stepsisters very quickly and worked very hard for it. So that is the word hustle. And just in case, the word gown. So it is a noun. So a gown is a long formal dress typically worn on special occasions. So I just included a couple pictures here of what a gown is. Like for example, this is a gown. It is like a dress that is used to on special occasions like a party or the ball in this case. So Cinderella is going to the ball and she needs a gown to go. So on the right, she says, "This dress is all torn and I don't have a gown to wear to the ball." So she is really sad that there is no gown for her to wear in order to go to the ball. So this is what a gown is, a formal dress that is worn at a special occasion. And next, the word is carriage. So carriage is a noun. So carriage is a vehicle or wheels that is pulled by horses, and it was often used in the past for transporting people. So people can actually go in this carriage and sit on this kind of couch here, and the horses will pull the carriage, and that is kind of like the royal main way of transportation. So that is a picture on the left, that is a carriage. And on the right here is how it's used in the story. She turned the pumpkin into a beautiful carriage. So it's describing how the fairy godmother turned the pumpkin into a carriage. So here, this is the carriage where someone can step inside the carriage and ride across the horses. And the next vocabulary word is coachman. It is a noun. A coachman is a person who drives the carriage or a coach. So you can see a man here, and he is driving this carriage. And again, the carriage is this whole vehicle that is used to transport people. And in the story, it is used as such. The mice became horses to drag the carriage, and the bird became her coachman. So this is the coachman, and he is driving the carriage with horses. So that is who a coachman is, someone who drives the carriage. The next word is shortcut. Just in case you guys were not familiar with it, it is a noun. So a shortcut is a quicker and shorter way to get somewhere or achieve something. So it is a very quick way in order to get something. For example, I took a shortcut to school in order to save time. So you might be asking, why did I take a shortcut? Because again, the definition of a shortcut is that it is quicker and shorter. So it is a way for you to kind of bypass the difficulties. So you can see on the picture left, there's a green path, which is the long way to go, and the blue path is basically the shortcut. You can go right across the same path without having much difficulty. It is a quicker and shorter way. On the right, it is used in the story as Cinderella took a shortcut and ran and finally managed to reach home. So Cinderella here in the picture is taking a shortcut to her house because she thinks that it is a faster, quicker, and shorter way to reach her home. So that was shortcut. And on the right, you guys also might be pretty familiar with this word, but I just included, just in case, the word inspect. So it is a verb. Inspect means to look at something very carefully. So for example, the police officer carefully inspected my car. So again, looking for something very, very carefully. And on the right, it's probably a mechanic, and he is carefully inspecting the machine So that is the word inspect and how it is used. And on the right, it is used in the story as we need to inspect the whole house. So the prince wanted to find every girl in the town. So he wanted to inspect the whole house just in case that there was no one missing out. So he was asked to inspect the whole house or to look something very carefully. Final word is propose. So propose also has a couple different meanings. So as the main verb, to propose means to suggest an idea. So I can propose a certain idea. It means I'm suggesting an idea. It can also mean to ask someone to marry you. So that is actually how it is used in the story. So in the story, said he proposed to me at the first glance. So here's how it is used in Cinderella. He instantly went down on one knee and proposed to her. So that is another meaning of propose. And but the primary meaning, the first meaning is to suggest an idea. So you can see how words can have multiple meanings. And of course, the first picture at the top is a person proposing an idea. So that has two meanings, to suggest an idea and to ask someone to marry you. Okay, so that was actually the end of the vocabulary. I think we had around 16 vocabulary words. And just before we rewatch the story, was the vocabulary too easy for you, or I just wanted to check the level just in case? How did you feel about the vocabulary? Did you know everything or did you not know everything? Or was it just the right level?
Yeah, come again. Come again. You can't hear what you said. Please come again.
Okay, so was the vocabulary too easy or was it just the right level? I was wondering.
Was the vocabulary or is okay for your level?
It's okay, it's okay.
It is okay?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's really good to hear because I wanted to make sure which vocabulary words you guys are familiar with and are not. So I'm glad that you guys found the vocabulary helpful. But let's actually rewatch the story with the vocabulary that you learned. So just keep in mind every vocabulary we just talked about. And I'm going to play this one more time. And again, it's pretty long. It's like 11 minutes, so try to quickly.
My first year teaching, lesson planning was rough. I was spending so much
So you play it again, and then the vocabularies that he explained, you are going to see them again so that you understand them, how they are used in a sentence. You understand? Yes. Very good. Thank you today. All right. Quiet.
Cinderella.
Yeah, that was the end of me watching the story. So, just before we kind of end for today, I wanted to ask you guys a question about if there was any other vocabulary words that you guys were unfamiliar with in the story. So besides the ones that we studied, are there any other vocabulary words that you felt like it was confusing or didn't understand? Please let me know.
He said that are there any other vocabulary that are passage and you don't understand? But you mentioned them and then
얘들아. 뭐. So yeah, I tapped in a couple just in case. So do you guys know what embarrassment is? This first one.
you all guys know what embarrassment means.
Yeah.
So if you
So
don't know,
if there
just tell him that you don't know.
so for the person
You know,
who
just tell
knows,
him.
can someone kind of describe what embarrassment is?
Someone, those who knows the meaning of embarrassment, can you describe the meaning of embarrassment? The one who knows. You don't tell us the meaning of embarrassment. You are sleeping. If you know the meaning of embarrassment, come and tell us. Yes. Anyone? You want to say, okay, come. Yes, come and tell us. Jimmy, they said they don't know.
Oh, okay. So embarrassment is basically when you feel shy and when after you do something, you feel very uncomfortable and when you feel very shy. So for example, you can feel embarrassment from doing something that you don't want others to see. So for example, when you're embarrassed, maybe you're embarrassed because everyone else is laughing at you, and that way you will feel very embarrassed, feeling very shy and uncomfortable. That's what embarrassment means. So that especially happens when everyone kind of laughs at you again. Um, that is the part of embarrassment and how you feel shy and uncomfortable. So yeah, that is the word embarrassment. And then I can show you probably a picture of what embarrassed means.
They want to yourself someone who is embarrassed.
So for example, I just put a picture here. So this person is being embarrassed because everyone is kind of pointing at her and you can see um kind of like the target that is on her. So everyone is kind of targeting her because she did something that maybe she didn't want others to see, and they are all laughing at her and kind of like pointing at her, and she is feeling embarrassed, very shy and uncomfortable.
Like
So that is what embarrassment. And for the second word, do you guys know what recognize means?
Hey, don't recognize. Yeah. If you know the meaning of recognize, tell us the meaning of recognize. Who knows the meaning of recognize? You come and say it. Yeah, yeah, beg me. Recognize. Don't know recognize. You are all doing that like Who had recognized before? Essential. The spirit entry. The spirit that gas spirit.
Yes, is there anyone who would like to come up and kind of tell me what it means, or should I go ahead and explain it? So, I can explain the word recognize. So, recognize means that you know something or someone because you have seen them before. So, for example, you would say you recognize your friends because you have seen your friends in the past and you recognize them, you remember them. And second, you can also say that I didn't recognize you at first glance with your new haircut. So, also, if you have a new haircut and people may not recognize you, that means kind of people will not know who you are. And recognizing almost always comes from being able to um, see in the past. So they were able to know you in the past. And from that, they are able to tell who you are. So that is recognized. So
That's also fine.
so recognize, I typed it here. Yeah. Um,
Keep quiet and watch.
so recognize is that you know something or someone because you have seen it in the past. That is what recognize means. Kind of like being able to tell who someone is or what something is because you have experienced it in the past. That is recognize. And third kind of like phrase is fall in love. So can anyone describe what fall in love means? Kind of like it can be pretty straightforward, but can someone explain what it is?
They ask our question.
Concentration level is zero. If you ask a question, you don't really know
So what is being used here in terms of fall in love is that um it's basically like you don't really fall in love. So fall direct really literally means to kind of just fall over. You can fall, but fall in love, love can be used with the word fall, and it means just simply to kind of love someone or start to love someone. So falling in love means that you start to love someone else. So that is you use the phrase fall in love to describe someone who just started loving another person. So for example, you can see this picture. Maybe they fell in love. So this is just an example picture. So it can use to just simply describe someone loving each other. So falling in love is not direct, but because a person can fall, but doesn't mean that it fall in love. So falling in love can just be used as loving someone. That is the definition. Okay, finally, this last vocabulary before we end is the word eager. So, does anyone know what eager means?
No.
Everything, no.
Oh, okay. So, I think a lot of you guys heard it before, but eager means very excited. So, I can be eager to do something that I like. So, So the thing I'm eager for is the thing that I want to do something. So eager means very excited and very the things that I really want to do. So um maybe I was eager to go to school, for example. Um Eager means very want to do something and the things that you're very excited for. So you can use the word eager to describe the things that you really like. So I am eager to do something. Um, for example, if you guys like playing football, you can say, I'm eager to play football. So I really want to play football and um, I really like it. So I'm very excited to play it. So that is the word. So eager means very excited and strong. Very excited and strongly interested. So you are very interested in doing something. Okay, so here is kind of like the big overview. So again, embarrassment means to feel shy and uncomfortable. Recognize means that you know something or someone because you have seen it in the past. Fall in love just means to start loving. And eager means very excited and strongly interested. The things that you really want to do. So yeah, just quickly going through all the vocabulary before we end. So again, um, pious, um, those are the words that we studied. Stepmother, stepsister, wicked, chore, drama, attic, maiden, the ball, on occasion, hustle, and gown, carriage, coachman, shortcut, and inspect, and propose. And those were kind of like 16 words in total with the four additional words, so that makes it 20. So kind of I introduced you to 20 possibly new words that you guys might not heard of before. So just keep in mind those 20 words and I think it is the end for today. Do you guys have any other questions that you want to ask me?
Any
And
question for JJ? We did do this one B. Okay. Are you surprised? Ask me. Ask a question. Any question? Any question?
Don't have any questions, that is fine. But next week and for a couple of weeks, we'll continue doing this sort of English-based classes. And tomorrow we'll start by doing, I mean, next week, I'm sorry, we're gonna start by grammar, and we're also going to be learning about new stories. So you can be excited for that. And yeah, I guess I will see all of you next week.
Didn't. Okay. David, this time around, you've never been uploading your videos online again. Is there a
Um,
problem with?
sorry, can you say that again?
I was saying that you've not been uploading your videos on YouTube anymore.
I think I did upload the recorded videos. Um, can you not access the video? Or because I did upload this lecture video on YouTube.
Really? Okay. Then I'll check and see.
I
I'll check
can,
again and see.
okay, because I can show you right now. Because I think I can share my screen right now and show it to you.
Don't worry. I just want to know whether you have still been uploading.
Okay, you you will be able to see it, so okay, here. I can paste the link in the chat, so did you receive
All
it?
right.
Yeah, okay. And if you click the link, you should be able to get an access to all the videos that we have done.
All right. All right.
Okay.
I've seen it. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
I've seen it. I've seen it. All right.
There you go. And yeah, I think that is everything for today. And so you received the link for my YouTube page, right?
Okay.
So were you able to click the link and take a look at the
Yeah, I
video?
did that. I did that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Um,
I did that. Yeah.
okay. Are there anything else that you want to talk about before we end? Or,
No, no, Jamie.
okay,
Nothing else again. Nothing else.
um, are there anything else that you want me to add in the lecture? Or did you think the reading and vocabulary was helpful, or are there anything else the children want to study together, like grammar part or anything other than that?
What do you guys want to study? Can you tell us what other things do you like to study apart from the grammar and the what we did today? Any interesting thing that you want to study? What is that? History about what? This thing Kevin has taught it before. What? Which history? No, please. History of Ghana. You already know history of Ghana. Jamie, what they are saying is not feasible. They are talking about history of Ghana. History of Ghana, they already know history of Ghana. So don't mind.
Oh,
They already know history of Ghana. So I don't think that should be. Okay, we are still
so
cool with what you are doing. So we
okay.
can still continue with our schedule. Yeah, we can still continue
Yeah,
with
so
that.
I will choose a couple of stories for us to watch and just tell me after class if those are okay. And did you think the Cinderella story was good or
Come again. Yeah, hey, keep quiet and let me listen to something.
so how was
Hello,
the
come again,
Cinderella
David.
story today? Like, was it good or do you want me to do something different?
Oh, I think it's okay. It's good.
Okay,
It's good.
so
Just that they are more interested in the videos. They
uh
are interested in watching the video more and then the pictures to understand. So if you
oh
can include
okay.
more scenarios in videos, yeah.
Yes,
They
I
are
do have
interested in
mhm. I will
yeah.
bring I'll bring a different story for next week, and it's a similar video and a story, so we can watch it
Oh,
together. And yeah, sounds good.
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you
Okay.
so much, everyone. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.
Hello, JB. What word is that?
If you have
Who
anything
wrote
else.
it? Sorry about what? I can't see what you've written here. Rapper. Rapunzel is about story.
They cannot.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
you were very
Yevin,
loud. Yeah.
they were saying they want to know rap what? What you spell? I can't see you. Rapunzel. Is it like that? Can you see it on the screen?
Oh, Rapunzel. Oh yeah, I can definitely do that next week. Yeah. I
Okay.
can
All right.
do the story of yeah, Rapunzel next week.
Okay. All right. All right. One of them was asking about it. I've not even heard about it before.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I'll try to do that story next week. Yeah. And,
So he said next week we'll do that for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys
All
were
right.
able to enjoy the story and yeah. Okay. I'll see everyone next week
I think
then
that is
about
it.
Rapunzel. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, keep quiet and let's listen to what we say. Ah, like that.
Yeah. Did the children want to say anything else? I heard something in the back. Oh.
Do you you want to say something else? Okay, I don't.
Okay, yeah. Then I will see you next week.